They got to accomplish things in that period.
Right.
And then they move on to something else. I found out the will down was not there.
Right.
Politicians, they're not interested in that.
You know, the will of people might be there, but you got to have the kind of environment people get placed in sometimes makes all the difference in the world. You know, when you're constantly having to battle people on a spiritual, psychic level and deal with your own life's problems, it takes a toll on you after a while. It's either, you know, it's natural fight or flight. So some of us have to go head on and fight.
My brother was...
He who fights and runs away lives to fight another day.
That's right. 669-7729. My brother died from HIV, and he was August. He was a Leo.
Wow.
Yeah, because he was from the old, long-term game community, way back when the HIV hit.
Right.
April 1st and April 6th women. Good to marry?
April 1st to April 6th. Aries, yeah, they are actually. They'll stick by you as long as you do, you know, doing your part. They'll do this. No, not so much that. Is it 10:30? Because you said 10:30 today, right?
It'll be 11 o'clock. Almost 11 o'clock.
Yeah. I didn't have this to look at the time. That's my number right there.
Probably almost 11 o'clock.
It's too late now. It's already 11 o'clock.
You see?
But I'm sitting here waiting for her to come.
You need to remind me.
Uh-oh. Come on, y'all. I thought she comes out to get you.
No.
Out her office.
No, that you need to let me know. That's why I gave you your thing.
So nobody's going to be able to see me.
She should. One last question of the day. If a girl loves somebody for 7 years, or person, and then the government goes to that girl and says, we don't want you talking to this guy again. And she's an April 6th. Did she ever forget? Is she still thinking about that person?
I'm sure she would be.
But the government said, don't talk to them no more.
The government ain't got nothing to do with that.
So basically, she's trapped waiting to get out.
6 Monday at 10:30 a.m.
Down, stay strong. Stay strong. You got your business to take care of.
Yeah.
God bless you. 669-7729.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, David. Going down, but hopefully going up. Going down, but God willing, hopefully going up. All right, Garrick, I'm on the way.
I know you. Don't pretend with me. You're not Obama and you don't love me. You know what? I'm going to have you a guy right now.
But you know what? I'm going to do what I got to do.
What you want to be?
I'm going to do what I got to do, brother.
You want to be? I'll go find you a guy
Yeah,
right now.
because they can't do nothing. So I'm going to put it up there.
Why?
Oh, you was dealing with the head situation there. You get that from time to time, huh?
All the time.
Is that right? The lunatic thing, huh?
Oh, my God. Yeah, right.
What you think? That's too much drink or a little bit of both?
A little bit of both.
Really?
And then a little, like you said, a little mental, mixed that with a little mental health.
Yeah. Because they told me since Reagan closed down the places, they've been all over the street. They say you, and then you got to deal with it.
And you want to try to keep a professional attitude, and a professional approach to what you do here.
But you did the best thing. After it got to a certain point, you just went silent. Yeah. You've been doing it for years. Thank you, brother. God bless America. And this is what I tried to solve, and a lot of information that would have helped these people was taken from me at the order of the United States of America. The government ordering the Singapore government to take the information away from things I was developing that would have helped these people. They took it. They took it all under the war on terror. The marijuana smell like this court, the marijuana is very strong. Very strong smell. Marijuana. Very, very strong. This is what Chief Kurlikowski was talking about. Jill Kurlikowski. who was here, the drugs, they call him the drug czar or whatever, who I met personally. And before, Seattle Detective Glenn Kearns had me interred in my first incarceration federal for being a suspected terrorist, but the charge was making a false statement on a passport application. So Chief Kielikowski mentioned the marijuana proliferation in San Francisco. And I remember Detective Glenn Kearns said, oh, you know, since you were respectful to the chief, because I met him with bags just like I'm carrying now, bags on me, and I guided him and tapped him on the shoulder, held him on the shoulder, Chief Kielikowski, and guided him to an NAACP farewell ceremony for then President Carl Mack of the Seattle NAACP. Carl Mack was the head of it back then, and I still got thrown in Islam, thrown in a dungeon. So imagine, sitting governments can get away with this. They can get away with this. They can do this to Afro-Americans. And they intend to roll it out to other Americans. They can get away with this. So what Glenn Beck speaks about, the infiltration is not of Ikhwan Muslimin types, the Muslim Brotherhood. It's not of the Muslim Brotherhood types. No, the infiltration is not of that. The infiltration, because Muslims like this, I remember when I first was thrown out of Singapore as an extremist, as a potential extremist, this mosque right here, I went and I pleaded with them. I said, please, I'd asked some brothers, just help me get a couple of dollars for a phone card. A phone card. These people behind me, they're well accepted by the authorities, federal and otherwise, and they know things. They wouldn't even tell me. When I first was ejected back and came back August the 16th, 2010, after helping my father move to Philadelphia, I asked some brothers, I said, please, let me get a couple of dollars for a phone call. The imam, who's Egyptian, who sued another mosque right around the corner on Jones Street, that imam threw me out, literally had me thrown out. Not physically, but yelled at me, screamed me out. You don't ask for nothing? Nothing you don't ask? Get out! See, this woman has a wide buttocks and a heavy hips. No way you can marry these women. See, all you can do is look. See, all you can do is look. It's all teeth. The hips, the buttocks, the swing of the backside, all teeth. In games, it's all games. So this is why I'm encouraging leaving, getting out the environment. Get out of here. Get out of here. Don't be involved with these women. These people are sick. They're sick. Yeah. Trust me. These people are sick and lunatics. They come out like that, provocatively like that, to play with your nafs, we call in Arabic your shahwat, your barahi, and then look at you as if they want to call authorities, and almost everything, and sometimes nothing underneath. To do that so they can get wet and aroused in barahi down here, so they can get aroused and then go do things with other women, go do things with plastic objects they call dildos. Some of you never heard of it. Yes, I can tell you because I'm from Manhattan. All the filth is stored up. They go do that. You say, oh, you don't need to marry, go buy a dildo. Go buy an artificial penis. Yeah, man, come on now. Tell you the truth. This is what's going on here. They play with people. This ain't no joke out here, man. What'd you say? He's drunk. He's drunk. He's drunk as hell. And they tolerate this kind of stuff. Look at the dress. Look. That's everything. See? Come out, see? You don't want to stay in this environment, my friends. You don't. Today, the morning. This is still the morning of May the 6th, 2013. You don't want to stay in this type of environment. You don't want to stay in this kind of environment. You want to get out of it as soon as possible. As soon as possible, you want to get out of this type of environment. God forgive us, man. Allah have mercy on us. I mean, the country definitely gone to the dogs.